Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. We're a mother-daughter Etsy shop that does all things budget and planner related. So this is actually my first plan with me, and I'm going to walk you through my 2020 planner setup. So it's really very extra. I am not really sure if this is going to work or if I'm going to really want to do this, but I really sat down and made a lot of notes, and I've been kind of just thinking about it for the last couple of months. And I think this is what is going to be best for me. So just to kind of give you an overview. So I do work from home, and I do work probably about 55 hours a week. My daughter and I started an Etsy shop back in, I think we went live in June. So that does take a lot of our time. And then I am married, and I have one daughter living at home and the other one is married. So when I really look at all aspects of my life and what has worked for me in the past and what didn't work for me in 2018, I wanted to kind of break it up into different aspects of my life and what I need to do to be organized. So I started first with budget. So my budget is in the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly. I've been using this for a while. I really like this. This works well for me. I do cash envelopes in a Filofax. So this is everything budget related is going into the Deluxe Monthly. So I'm going to put this one to the side. I did use last year the Get to Work book from Elise Baja-Kripe, very similar to the Erin Condren Life Planner, the Hourly. I really like that book. My daughter's using one this year. I went ahead and switched over to the Erin Condren just because I like that just as well. So the Erin Condren is going to be my complete, like, centrals planner. So everything in my life is going to start in the Life Planner and then go into a separate book based on what it is. So just to go back and review, so for budgeting, it's going to be Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly, and then I wrote everything down that is going to happen in that book. So my weekly check-ins, logging transactions, balancing my checkbook, sinking funds, debt payoff, and my emergency fund. So all of that's going to be tracked in the Deluxe Monthly. For my Etsy shop, it's going to be in the Erin Condren folio. So this is going to be my folio for the shop. So in here will be the monthly, and this is going to be where we plan out our videos. Everything will go in here, all the what we're doing with the shop, when I'm working on orders, when I'm going to be doing designing, when I'm going to be taking Skillshare classes. So I've started taking classes and I really enjoy them, but I find if I don't plan them, then they don't happen. So the actual logistics of the classes plus the notes, all that, brainstorming, all that will happen in this first part. My weekly intentions and goals are really going to be more about the shop and a little bit about mine. So it could be I want to work on my skills with Cricut, or it might be that I want to take a class in iMovie, or whatever it is that is kind of more about business related. It's going to go in here. And then I have a couple different notebooks. This one is a dot grid. It's kind of more going to be a brain dump. And then this one is a lined one for taking notes and working on different creative endeavors. So everything that is Etsy related, goal setting, dreaming about what we want to do, is going to go into this folio. Also, this will be for, no, I'm not going to update, I'm not going to be doing budgeting in this book for the shop. I'm going to keep that in the Deluxe Monthly. So all budgeting will be in the Deluxe Monthly. I'm going to skip household for a second. And then my daily routine is going to be in my folio. So this one will be my main folio. This is a Foxy Fix cover. I've had it for like 3 years. In fact, I was helping a friend pick out one, and I find that I don't think they have the same one anymore. I'm not sure. But this one has lasted me really well. So the first part will be the monthly calendar. And what I have not liked about daily planners in the past is that they've been quarterly or every 4 months, and I didn't have a calendar. So I didn't like the fact that, you know, when that ended, you didn't have any future planning. So I do like having a calendar for the year up front. And this will be work mainly, a little bit of personal just because it will affect my schedule. But mainly this is going to be my work planner. Then I have the first volume. So what this part will be my daily to-do list. When I end my day, at the end of the day, I'll plan for the next day. So I'll create my to-do list, carry over anything that didn't get done, make notes on the day, put my calendar in here as far as, you know, conference calls, things like that. And all of this information will be coming from the life planner. So I'll be moving it into here on a daily basis. So this is not going to be something that I'm going to future plan in. It's really more of a work in progress on each and every day. And then at the back, I have a notebook for notes. So that's more just a place to write down information as we go through the day. Okay, so this is going to be basically my work. I did put some stickers back here just because, you know, if I do want to decorate, can't be too far away from the stickers, but this is more work, to-do list, project planning, things like that. And that will have my daily routine, my AM routine and my PM routine. So if you've, I don't know if you have not heard of Rachel Hollis, I don't know who hasn't, but she did a 5 to Thrive, and she does the last 90 days. And what I really love about that program is you have a morning routine, you get up an hour early, you move your body 30 minutes, you give up one food that you shouldn't be eating, you drink half your body weight in water, and you start your day with gratitude. So that is my morning routine. I got away from it a little bit during the holidays, but I definitely like the way I feel. I slept better. I was more productive when I started my day that way. So where I'll track my daily routine and my PM routine will be also in the Petite Folio. So my PM routine is meditate for 15 minutes, brush my teeth and floss, set out my clothes for the morning. I like to get up in the morning first thing and work out. And I find that if my clothes are there, the socks, shoes, everything, I don't have to look for anything. It just makes the morning so much smoother. I really want to get back in the habit of doing a brain dump at night because I find that the minute I close my eyes, my brain just goes off on a tangent. You know, there's a meme that says, you know, when I try to go to sleep, I revisit every regretful decision I ever made, and that is exactly how my mind works. So it really does affect the way I sleep. So there is a notebook in the back of the folio that will be where my brain dump goes. To create a to-do list for the morning. So that will go into the folio for the next day, because I do find that if I can just write everything down that I might have forgotten, or you think, oh, I got to remember to do that, then I do sleep better. Set my alarm. I wake up naturally about 5 o'clock, but I do find when I want to get up at 4:30, I need to set the alarm. And then no screens past 9 p.m. And that's something that I've gotten to a really bad habit with Hallmark movies. So I need to stop that because I sleep so much better if all screens are off by 9. So that will all go into the folio. And then work planning. So my work planning, as far as my schedule, all that will go into the life planner. And then on a daily basis, will go into the folio. And then I'm going to talk to you about the Happy Planner daily as well. These are all the things that I do on any given day. We have conference calls, meetings, WebEx. So if they're purple, that means we do them weekly. If they're green, they're more seasonal or you know, depending on the time of year, what's happening. The pink ones are things we do on month end. So what I find is that if I do a block schedule, I am so much better. So I'm not at the end of the week thinking, oh, I didn't do that report, I didn't do this report, or this, you know, this is happening on Tuesday when it really should happen on Monday. So what I've been doing in the life planner is just block out my schedule. And then we do a program called Team, which was kind of like an IM or Skype, where I actually will go dark, which means that I'm working on something, I don't want to be bothered, and I just mark myself out, and I will literally send an alert to my bosses saying, hey, I'm going dark at this time. I need to concentrate on this project. Please don't bother me unless it's an emergency. And so I block that out actually in my Outlook calendar and also in my life planner. And I find that I'm so much more effective that way if I know I have 2 hours or 3 hours of uninterrupted time, if it's something that's going to take a lot of thought process. And then green ones are also things that I know are due because it's the beginning of the year. I work off a retail calendar, so February 1st is our big, well, it was really February like 3rd or 4th this year, but we work on a 454 accounting calendar. So our year does not end of December, it ends in the end of January. So all of these things need to be done before the new year. And then there's things that I do that are kind of just as needed, and those are in pink as well. And those are things that I just want to keep front and forward, just to put a reminder in that it's more than likely going to be due about that time. So that is everything for work. So it's mainly going to be in, well, everything will be in the life planner, and then the folio will be on a daily basis. And then one of the things that I started to do this year was I had spiral notebooks, and I kind of did them by tabs on to-do lists, conference call notes, things like that. And I went through so many notes and notebooks, and I was constantly like looking for an old notebook to get the information. So I went back to what I've used constantly is this ARC system. I use it for all my order writing and my note taking, all of my budgets, things like that for work. I've used that system, and I love it. And then it's easy to take things in and out and to add and subtract. So they came up with this daily one this year, and I think I'm going to try this. So no other paper on my desk but this one. So this is really going to be a very simple, here's my habit tracker, because this is going to be out. I have a desk that elevates, so I basically have a huge computer monitor, a laptop, and then 2 side pieces, and then my keyboard is in the front. So there isn't a lot of workspace on my desk. So I can put like the life planner full out. It wouldn't fit. So what I have a really bad habit of doing is these little notebooks that I go through all the time, and then stacks of notes, post-it notes, just stacked on top of each other. Or I'll flip over an order form and I'll write a note if somebody asks me to do something or I need a number or something, and then I cannot find that back of that order form to save my life. So I just really created a lot more stress in my life, and I just don't want to do that. So this will be for my tracking, because I think it's something that will be front and forward and it will be easy to do. These are the things that I'm tracking for the first 30 days or 31 days of January. My water intake, daily gratitude, my step count, food tracking, which I do in an app, but I just to always update, Bible study, and then my AM routine, my PM routine, and then my brain dump, which we had kind of covered earlier where those are going to go. So it's just, again, a daily reminder to do those things. And then what I liked about this kind of is it's a very easy, just here's the things. I can just make notes as people ask me to do things, and then I can just write a list, and then from here I'll transfer it either into the folio or I'll put it back into the life planner based on if it's a long-term to do or if it's something that I can just do and cross off my list. So it's just a way for me to make a quick note, not be on post-it note, not on the back of an order form, not on a scrap of paper that I'm not going to be able to find later. So it has to go in here. All other paper I have removed from my desk. So you can't find a post-it note. You're not going to find scrap paper, old notebooks, anything. I put everything away. So just this. And I think this looks like me and my coworker. So I have to send her a picture of it. So this is my daily kind of just my to-do list, write things down quickly. I can just grab this. I can just take this, throw this in my purse if I'm going to work remotely, or if I just need to write things down. So that's what this is for. This is where all of my notes from all of our calls, we do conference calls, webinars, meetings, and this is what I filled up so many notebooks with in 2019. And so I started numbering the notebooks like 1 of 5, 2 of 5. But I was constantly going back through, and then if I started to write on a page and then I needed more pages, but the next page was filled, it got messy and you saw notes. So what I like to do during a call is take notes, and then I highlight the things that are a to-do or that's due on a certain day, and then I move those into the life planner. So that part of the system has worked well, but I needed the flexibility to move pages in and out. So for this one, our Monday calls, which I do a lot of my numbers on Sunday night, and then I make a list of everything I need to have ready for the call. And then, and again, I put it so many different places that I just want to put it here. And I work on a computer all day long, so the last thing I want to do is another spreadsheet for information that I need to have. I like to see it on pen and paper, and that way when it's my turn to talk about my business, it's all written down in front of me and I can make notes about it. We have calls with our different accounts throughout the week, so one place to do all my account notes so that when we're speaking to the account and there's something that I need to follow up on, or there's something I need to make a note of because I need to transfer it onto a different calendar or something, everything will be in one place. Again, I won't be searching for backs of pieces of paper. Team call, we do calls with people in my job as well as with my new work group that we do. We're going to be doing onboarding calls and weekly calls. We do monthly calls. So those are ones that are all related to the job function that I do. And I like to have those notes separate, so if I need to refer back to something that I either need to follow up on or have somebody else follow up on, they'll be all here. And then WebEx and meetings. So during the WebEx, I'm really just listening and taking notes for future. And then meetings are account meetings, and those are usually remote. So we're in a different market or we're in our New York office. So I really have been, again, writing on different pieces of paper, and so I just wanted it in one. So all of my notes from calls or meetings will all go into here. And then the nice thing, as I'm finished with them, I don't need them anymore, I'm putting them into another empty book that I can just keep for history. And if I don't need it, then I can just throw it away and add to it as I need it. So I really liked the size of this, and I feel like it's going to be pretty helpful. Okay, so my last ones, meal planning, home maintenance, memory keeping, and fitness planning. I was all going to go into, again, it's going to start here. That's where everything gets scheduled from here as a block schedule. And then it's going to go into here. And this is going to be the biggest departure for me. So for an example, I do Project Life. I do one little word. I'm all over the board. So it's really hard for me to find time to do Project Life. And I do it as a month. I don't do it as a week. I used to do it as a week, which I loved. Every Sunday night I sat down, I printed out my pictures, I did my journaling, and I kept it updated. Now that my kids are out of the house and I'm not as, taking as many pictures, I find that a month at a glance has been great. But I am right now 3 months behind. So that's one thing I need to update before the first of the year. And then I need to set up my 2020. I have been doing Project Life for, I think like 10, probably more years than that. Scrapbooking longer than that, since my kids were they were 4 and 6, and now they're 25 and 27. It's been a while. But I love Project Life, and if you're not sure what it is, it's Becky Higgins. If you just Google Project Life, you'll see a ton of different videos on that. But it's an amazing way to very simply memory keep. But what I've been struggling with is, like, I'll take pictures and there's like something that happens, like some of the kids say something or my sister does something, and I think I want to remember that. I want to write that down. I'll remember, and I don't remember it. And then I look at the picture and I'm like, I remember there's a story behind that, but I don't know what it is. So this is where all of that information is going to go. Fitness planning and gratitude, I've had separate books, but I find that, I have so many half-done journals and different things that I want everything in one place. So that's where this is going to come into play. So I watched a video, and I'm sorry I do not remember who it was, but she Franken-planned her Happy Planners. So I've been kind of gathering different Happy Planner formats and pages over the last probably 4 months, and I actually put it together today of what I wanted to do. And I waited for their sales or extra discounts and things like that. So probably totally I've spent maybe $120, but I have a lot of different pieces, probably more than I will ever need. So for this one, this is the January calendar. So this will be like my main personal calendar, like, you know, what I'm cleaning out, what I'm purging, things like that. So about 2 years ago, I did an uncluttered course by Joshua Becker. I have his book, and I got rid of a lot of stuff in my house. I am going back through in 2020 and just kind of fine tune that, as well as get rid of more stuff. So it's amazing what accumulates over a year. So for my daily, this is where my daily gratitude is going. This is where my memory keeping is going. So if there's something that I want to remember that happened today, this will be my note place. And then my top 3 goals. So if you follow Rachel Hollis and her Start Today brand, she does 5 gratitudes in the morning, and you do 10 goals, and you write the 10 goals as if they've already happened. And then you pick your one goal that you're working on first. And then when you accomplish that goal, you move on to another goal. So it's based on that premise. So I'll have 3 goals, with one goal being my top goal that I'm working. And for me, that has been over this last year to be debt-free by 2020. I should be done by April, if not before. So this will be my daily. And again, this will be scheduled in the life planner, and then just actual will happen in here. Fitness. So I've done fitness apps, I've done different things, but I really wanted one place to kind of write out my goals and to track my fitness. So I have a couple different things I'm going to do this year. Last year, I had a bad shoulder. I spent most of my time in physical therapy, then my gym closed. So I personally like to get up in the morning and work out first thing, like at 4:35. And then go for a walk in the evening to get my 10,000 steps in. And that kind of all just fell apart when I was at physical therapy at 6 in the morning instead of at the gym. And it also limited what I could actually do. I couldn't do yoga. I couldn't do a lot of things. I had a frozen shoulder. It didn't work. So these are my goals of what I'm going to be doing. These came from a little book that I bought at Staples, which the paper is not good, but it was kind of a nice way to track like your progress. And so for this one, it kind of just lays out your workout. So what you ate, what you did for exercise, and water, but I'll be tracking my water in the other book when I'm looking at I kind of just fill up 80 ounces and then I do it that way. So we'll see which way works better. And then meal planning. So I kind of do this now, but I really need to formalize it because I probably spend more than I need to at the grocery store, and we go out more than we should. So meal planning will go in here. Sunday will be my meal prep and my grocery shopping day. I did get the Erin Condren grocery list, which, you know, I don't know. It's cute. But I'll sit down on Sunday. I'll take an inventory of what I have. I'll clean out the refrigerator, and I'll write a list for the week. And then these were also from Staples. So basically it was what the meal is going to be and then what you need to buy for it. These were like $1.99, and my original intent was I unwound them all and I was going to spiral bound them, and I figured I'll just put them in here so everything's together. And then on this page, I'll actually write the meal and my thoughts of the meal, or if we went out, you know, where we went. So kind of will go back to my budgeting and that, you know, my groceries and my eating out. But this will be more about just a log. If I made a recipe that they loved, great. If I made a recipe they hated, I can also note that. And then when I do HelloFresh too, because sometimes I forget what I've ordered and when it's coming. So that will be this part. And then household. So this goes back to my decluttering on what I'm working on. So I did make a year-long cleaning list or decluttering list. And so I'll be kind of writing this each month of what I'm going to be doing. So I'm starting in the kitchen because that seems to be where it all accumulates. Then February is closet, March is garage, April is bedroom. Have to do the garage in the winter time here. You can't do it in the summertime. So I'll go through. I did print out a weekly cleaning list. I do have somebody who comes and helps me every other week. So she kind of does more of the deep cleaning, the shutters, the windowsills, things like that. So I do find I need to make that more productive, like not have her spend so much time dusting and vacuuming and doing more of helping me with the deep cleaning. And then schedule baseboards, windowsills, things like that, light switches. So all of the home maintenance will go in here. We are getting ready to redo our floors. So anything like that we're doing as far as home update, flooring, countertops, anything like that, all of that will go in here. So if we need to buy something, or we need to budget for something, or I need to go looking, or we need to call people, whatever it is, anything household related will go into this tab. And then the other thing that is in here is Bible studies. So I have like 3 different Bible study journals, and I never have them with me when I need them. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and include it in here. I have an app that's Read the Bible in a Year, basically, and it breaks down by day or by month, like what you should be kind of studying. Plus, when I go to church on Sunday, we always get a handout of reading to do during the week based on the service that week. So this will be where I take my notes. Is where I'll write in what I should be reading, and then this will be my notes on what I read. And then this goes for 6 months. I only put 2 months in here, just like the fitness. I only put 2 months in just to kind of not make it quite as big as it is. I mean, it's already kind of big. But Bible study will go in here, and that's on my AM. My AM routine is 15 minutes of Bible study. So all of that will go in here. So when I look at everything that I want to accomplish in a week, so meal planning, all going into here. And then when I broke it down, it was like, when do I shop? When do I prep? When do I order HelloFresh? Inventory and clean out the refrigerator. We're going to go to Costco or Sam's Club. Menu review, locate the menu that I'm looking for, look for low carb keto options, and then daily schedule prep. Like, what time am I going to start dinner? Who's going to be here for dinner? Do I need to start earlier or later? Do I need to go get an ingredient that I was waiting to get? Home maintenance, cleaning schedule, as well as any construction or anything like that we're going to be doing. My work all goes into this one, and then the life planner. Fitness planning all will go into the classic, as well as the HP, this one daily for tracking. So my goal tracking, weigh-in, fitness routine, step tracking, measurements, food tracking, rewards, equipment, clothing, sinking fund, which goes into the other budget, and gym membership. All of that will be tracked within the HP, the Happy Planner Classic. Meal planning, all part of that, which we talked about. Memory keeping will go in here. And then for tracking like books that I read, movies, Netflix articles, it will probably go into the yellow one. It just kind of more of as kind of a bullet journal. Or I have an Olive and Ivy one that's really pretty, but it's a separate book, so I never use it. And here's all the things that I need to do as far as memory keeping that will be tracked in the Happy Planner, deleting pictures off my phone, which I've got thousands on right now. I always write a year in review. I need to do that this week. A travel album for a June trip that I'm doing. And then, of course, One Little Word and Project Life. So all of this is what I need to do to really make sure that this is successful this year. And that is it. So this is kind of the system right now. Let's see how this goes. What I like is that it's all here. It all can be moved around. It all can be taken out when it's filled. It doesn't need to get any bigger than this right now. And what I did was I I put in January all under one tab. So everything for January is under here. And then I'll add February when February's here so that, again, it won't be so big. And then we'll see if I need to adjust something or if a format's not working for me, but everything is tabbed and labeled so I can easily find what area it is. And then this will kind of be my personal one. It will probably be in my kitchen, or it could be in my office, but this will be something that probably won't leave the house, but it definitely will be where all of my notes and all of my information is. And then this one, the life planner, is going to be the workhorse. So for this one, when I look at the first week of January, I am on vacation this week, but I have a lot of to-do lists. So I kind of started to write what my to-dos were for this week. So clean the pantry and bathroom underneath the sink, because every time I open the cupboard, things fall out. I just got a brand new Apple Watch for Christmas. I have an appointment with the advisor guy who's going to help me set it all up. I need to update my shop listings. We just added some new products. We're hosting a sale this week. So I need to update that. I need to work on orders. I already filmed the January budget setup. I need to edit and upload. Film the planner setup, which we're doing right now, and then I'll need to edit and upload, and then I'll need to do the first week plan with me once I get that done. I need to pack up Christmas. I made a vow to myself, whatever I did not put up this year, I would donate. There's going to be a lot less Christmas to store, Christmas decor to store. I need to meal prep for the week, so I have HelloFresh for today and tomorrow. We are hosting my daughter and son-in-law on Christmas Eve, and then my brother-in-law and sister-in-law on New Year's Day. I said Christmas Eve, it was New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day we'll be watching games and eating, and then I'm going out with my sisters on Thursday. Even though I'm off work, I do have some work things to do, so I need to do the weekly files. I'll do those tonight. I always do them on Sunday night. I'll set up the week 5 files for my boss, so she'll be filling in for me next week, which is great. I need to make sure my out of office is up tomorrow morning so people don't come looking for me. I need to update my expenses. They're due on the 4th, and I won't be back till the 6th. And then I received a shipment that's in my garage that needs to go back out. They're going to send me the label, so I will probably work on that as well. So all of these things I need to add into here for this week, and then put them into the appropriate planners of where they're going to go. So that is the plan. I know it's a lot, and I'm not 100% positive that I'm going to upkeep everything, but I think for the beginning of the year, when I have a lot of different goals and different things I want to do, I think it's going to be good to kind of get into a really good routine, and then I may need to revise it later. What I love about the Happy Planner system, it's super easy to revise it and change it because it just comes in and out. I love the idea of the Petite Folio. This will be my first year using them, but it reminds me of the Franklin Covey program that I used to have that I loved. So I'm excited to try those. And then the Deluxe Monthly for my budgeting has been something I've done for at least a year now that I will keep doing. So that is my planner setup for 2020. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if there's anything that you see here that you feel like there's a better system, please share. I have been watching different YouTube videos as well as on the Facebook groups on watching people set up their planners, and there's so many really creative ways. And I really want this to be more of a functional planner. I'm very much a minimalist planner. I do use stickers just because I find that I can remove them faster and easier. I do color code, but as far as like the pictures and the beautiful plan, that is not my style. More power to you, those, because that's really a creative outlet, I think, for a lot of people, where my creative outlet is more project life in one little word. I like to see a calendar laid out as a week. I like to block my time out. I'm the most effective. If I schedule myself to work out at 5 in the morning, I'm going to get up and work out. If I leave it for some time during the day, it's not going to happen. Same with meal prep. If I know on Sunday afternoon at 2, I'm going to meal prep and go to the grocery store, it happens. If I wait till Monday or Tuesday, it's not going to happen. I'm too far into the week. So that is my plan for 2020. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification so that you see all future videos. Thank you so much.